Hello guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I just wanted to share one of my interview that I have done uh, in my last year medical school application. So I just wanted to share that experience with you guys. So this time it's a Bristol Medical Interview that I have sat last year. So I just thought uh, any tips that I have learned from my past experience would really help you guys. So let's get to the video. So talking about my experience about Bristol Medical Interview last year, it was it was held in Zoom platform. It was like approximately 30 minutes. There was like six stations and there's like six assessors which will look after and ask questions from you. uh, so from my experience, I assumedly the first thing that you guys need to do is prepare really well. Preparation is the key for interviews. The more you practice, the more you talk with your family, talk with your friends. Make sure you do mock interviews before your actual interview. uh, Test yourself, record yourself, and you will see what are the mistakes that you have done. Always build your confidence. The more you speak, the more you practice, that will build your confidence uh, in when you are like talking. So that's like a key aspect, that in preparation of your interviews, make sure you keep uh, practicing every day prior to your interview. uh, One more thing that they can come up with like questions like is like, why medicine? That's a key question that they can ask you. So make sure you have a really good answer prepared for that. You can get some tips from your personal statement, and like always make sure when you ask the why medicine question, always make sure that you can relate to the work experience that you have done in a hospital setting, or it could be even GP. um, they will really like that. That shows that you are really good at it, and that you are a really uh, a person who likes to do medicine. So that if relating that experience into a medical relation, that shows that you are a motivated and resilient person, that you are here to do medicine, and that's what they want to see as well. So that's a key aspect. Make sure that you have a really good answer prepared for why medicine question. uh, and one more thing that they could ask you is like, tell me an example that you have showed communication skill. It could be a team where you have performed in a team where you discuss communication skills with each other, try to understand. Or it could be any example that you have done in your past, any voluntary work that involve communication, and make sure always even that relate that to work experience and relate that back to medicine. That's what they are looking for you. And any leadership roles, and teamwork is also important, because medicine, as you know, it's a teamwork where you involve with other healthcare professionals, and they come up to a conclusion, and they after they decide as a team what's the best thing we can do to the patient. So make sure you have prepared answer for teamwork skills as well. Uh, Another question that they have asked me in the interview is like, how do you cope with stress in med school? That's an important question that they came up with me last year. So make sure that you have a really good answer prepared for that, because as you know, medical school can be tough and it's really stressful. So they would like to know how would you cope with that before they know that you are in med school. So if you have a really good answer for that, make sure give an example of how you cope with stress in the past, any challenging experience that you had. So it doesn't really have to be in a medical perspective, but any challenges that you have faced, and relate that back to medicine. Like this will help me as a medical student, and I'm sure of it. Like things like, for example, extracurricular activities that you can do to cope with stress. that which reduce stress, and make sure that you have a really good answer for that. uh, a lot of surprise questions may be like questions like, make sure a lot of people think they might not ask these type of questions, like for example ethical dilemmas or ethical questions, like make sure you know the four pillars of medicine, which is autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. Make sure that you know all these, what it means. And always, if they ask you like give an example of each uh, pillars with your own experience of in work experience or any other volunteer work that you have done, make sure to you have a really good answer prepared for that. That shows that you are prepared for this interview and you really want to get into medicine, so you have that medical knowledge already. So make sure that you know the four pillars of medicine, what it exactly means. That's a key thing that you have to prepare for the interview. And more things like I think you need to prepare in the Bristol interview. That I have something that I've come up with is it's only 30 minutes, so they will try to ask as much as questions they possibly can. So the interview questions are very quick within each self. So make sure that you have a really good answer prepared, a concise answer which includes everything in the detail, but briefly explained in a concise answer. So don't like, they will ask questions very quickly, so make sure you have a really good short answer prepared for that within each station. uh, Something that I come across in my past interviews is coping with how stressful it can be. The interviews can be really, really stressful. If you don't prepare really well, it could not be the best day of your interview. But from my experience, what I've learned is, please be chilled, be relaxed. There's nothing to worry. And for those who made to this interview stage, that's really did well done, congratulations, because to get an interview, it's really hard. And I know from my experience how hard it was for me to get an interview. So make sure you make the most of it. So just be relaxed and chill. Practice with your friends, parents, uh, and practice with yourself as well. Record yourself. That will really help you guys. So just be relaxed. Absolutely don't be stressed at all, because if you are stressed, the interviewer will see that you will be stressed and they will ask questions that will stress you more. So make sure that they see that you are absolutely chill, relaxed, because that's what they want to see in med school as well. Like when you're handling like big cases, big like situations, how you gonna cope with it. Like if they're gonna ask you a question at like uh, if they're gonna ask you a question suddenly, are you prepared for that? So make sure you are relaxed. Don't be stressed. Don't show that you are stressed. So then the interviewer will know that, oh, this guy is he knows how to deal with stress situations, and that's a really good point that the interview will take. uh, so those steps. And one more thing that I want to mention, if you go onto the Bristol interview preparation website, they give you all the details of how many minutes, how many assessors, how many stations. If you go onto that page, if you scroll down, they tell you that if you they make sure just make sure that you read those. And a question that they have asked from me last year was a question about GMC guidelines. So make sure you go to that page. I will attach that in my description, so you can go to that link and go to the website. They're absolutely gonna ask this. I'm sure of it. So make sure you read that guideline and just prepare for that, because they specify that in the website that uh, if it's better to know knowledge of GMC, General Medical Council guidelines prior to your interview. So make sure you have gone through that. Just read it. It's understandable, so just read it and have a basic knowledge of GMC guidelines in that page. uh, more things that I want to so absolutely more things that they can come up with is like why Bristol. So why did you choose Bristol from other medical schools? So make sure you have an answer prepared for that as well. So I think from my perspective, Bristol have an approach, holistic approach of treating new patients. And so make sure you read about Bristol Medical School. What are the things they have? Uh, so always make sure that you have that prepared. Uh, so uh, just Bristol have that holistic approach. So make sure that you always read that again. So more things that I would like to mention is the resources that I have done in preparation on prior to my interview is Medic Mind. That's a really good resource. I have got like about 15 to 20 hours of lessons. You can choose your own tutor from there. Uh, each tutor can be in each different university. So if you want to get a tutor from Bristol, you can absolutely get a tutor from Bristol, which really helped me, because the more you practice with Medic Mind, they will really have those type of questions that they are more likely to ask in the interview. So I absolutely recommend you Medic Mind. My success was my hard work, and Medic Mind helped me a lot to go into that. So absolutely make sure you get at least 5 to 10 hours from Medic Mind. It's absolutely important. And just keep practicing, just be relaxed, don't be stressful. I'm sure you guys will smash it. The thing that I forgot to mention is they will ask questions from your work experience. So make sure that you have done your work experience. It doesn't have to be in a hospital setting, as always. Even in a GP or even volunteer work can be really beneficial. So anything that you mentioned about work experience in your personal statement, make sure that if they ask, make sure that you have a great example of that. And they would like to see how you talk about that in your interview. uh, Communicating is really important to see that interaction between you and the interview. So make sure that you speak really concisely, very understandably and very clearly. Your answers should be really clear. Don't need to really speak fast, but make sure that you speak it really clearly. So as I mentioned, make sure that you go on through your work experience and have an example ready. And make if you think a question that come up with that kind of question, and if you think you can relate that to the 4 pillars, absolutely do that. They will love that. So always make sure that you relate that thing back to medicine. It could be a short period of time because they will ask so many questions, but if you think you can relate that to medicine, just go for it. They will absolutely like it. So absolutely, I really hope this video will help you guys. And just be relaxed and chilled. And Bristol interview, well done for everyone who got a Bristol interview. So this video is about Bristol medicine tips that I have gone through from my past, uh, from last year. And one more thing to mention is, if you I think this is going to be through Zoom as well. So make sure you are comfortable with the Zoom platform, how it works. And I recommend you guys got like earphones, because otherwise if there's any noises from background, it will distract you. So make sure you have a really quiet place to do your interview. Make sure to dress smartly. So those kind of stuff prior to your interview. So again, I wish you all the best. I know you guys can do it. So make sure, prepare well. Uh, Absolutely, I'm so sure you guys will smash it. So all the very best. See you guys.